Face reality, people. Movies are dead. Games are dead. Narrative? Dead.
Media is nothing but neural trigger response and viral conditioning.
Wait, what are you two talking about?
All right. So we have a little reaction here. Since there's this whole fervor about LeBron James and this new era of basketball, he's like the main name as far as people that get shit on, that get hated on, that get criticized, whatever you want to call it. LeBron James is public enemy number one. That's obvious.
Was he retiring yet?
Not yet.
Not yet.
People say he wants to like play with his kid first before he leaves. But
Pause.
I don't know. Yeah, pause. But this video that we're going to react to is not from today. It's not from YouTube of today. It's not from 2023, 24, 22, not even 17. This is Patrice O'Neal, comedian, talking about LeBron James after the 2011 NBA Finals. And we're going to have a second video where it's Patrice O'Neal talking about a shift in the era of like, not only is Patrice funny, and he's a basketball fan, and he's from that time period where things started shifting, but it's like he was like yeah, he like represents the fan that exists in that time period. So you can see what people were saying, because I was looking at this as well, right? Of like super teams, a new era of basketball coming, and obviously the face of all of that, LeBron James. So sit back and enjoy Patrice O'Neal. Hopefully I stopped at the right point.
Right?
Holy
Who
shit.
started that shit? Where like, look, I'm too good to be in the dunk contest.
Nobody. It was.
Sorry, little context. They were talking about the dunk contest before this. Now they're gonna talk. He's gonna talk a little more. But here we go.
Started that shit where like, look, I'm too good to be in the dunk contest.
Nobody. It was Dr. J versus David Thompson, which was the biggie. Artist Gilmore was in it, I think, but it was the biggie was Dr. J versus David Thompson. Then they just stopped it. They stopped the dunk contest, and they brought it back in '84, I think, with Larry Nance, Dr. J. I don't think Jordan was in it. He might have been in it, but
I think Jordan did it in the beginning.
Dominique, that's when they brought it back, and they should just take a break now, because right now the 3-point contest is more, people like it more because it's just a skill you can't fake.
Right.
It's
You either have it or
simplicity.
you don't. Right.
Because this other thing they're doing, they're just trying too hard. It's the guard skill challenge, which bores you to tears.
Of course. It's like an obstacle course, and
It's the fucking.
Really?
It's
Also,
the
All right, I got the videos backward. This one's about like the new era of basketball that we're about to run into. I think I put at the right point. Hopefully I got it right. Whatever. Here you go.
Throw the ball through this hole, take a jump shot here, then zig and zag dribbling. It was so dumb to watch.
The All-Star
Nobody
contest and
gives a
shit were so
And then
dog
it's
shit.
the other thing where they got the girl,
I didn't get
the
that.
old guy, and the present guy
Right.
of a town. So Chicago would be, the girl that plays for the Chicago girl team.
I love that. That's how much we care.
The Chicago girl team. Then it'll be the best Chicago guy.
That should tell you everything.
The Chicago guy that played back in the day.
And they got to make one from
And they
half
got to make
court.
fucking shots. It just stinks. And they should just stop. But the All-Star game stinks too, because it's just not. It's not the pageantry. No one cares.
It was
It really is. No one
It
cares.
was something like 147, 143 this year.
Yeah, because no one
Like
plays
no
defense.
defense. They just like.
Because you know why? It's the ethic. This is why I don't like basketball. I used to be a basketball fan. Here's what I would do. I would follow a guy from high school. Let's say Kenny Anderson. Okay, Kenny Anderson was who was probably one of the, probably in the top 10 all-time high school players in terms of lore. And what happened is, guys like that, I would follow him through his college career and then to the pros. So in 7 years into the pros, if he sucked, I would finally go, oh my God, he sucks. But I would be following him up to that point.
Right.
But here's why basketball is good. It used to be good. When you was a kid and you watched Barkley, Jordan, Dominique, Kevin McHale, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, and then Moses Malone, right, play. You wasn't a high school kid and watched Moses Malone and went, I'm coming out of high school. I'm gonna go down low with Moses Malone. You were scared to death of Charles Barkley and Moses Malone and Larry Bird. You said, fuck it, I'm going to school. And I'm going to stay in fucking school. You come out after 4 years of playing, you earn some lore, you earn some pedigree, and then people go, I want to see how he's going to be in the pro. But now the ethic ain't there. It's like these guys, like the reason why the LeBron thing bothered everybody that were old school is because you go, I would have never thought I had to join forces with Magic to win shit. I would go down to my dying breath trying to win myself and be the man responsible. These guys are not the guys that used to play when you were into it. They just have a different mentality. They're
I'm sorry, that picture though.
Yeah, that bar shit was crazy, bro.
Jesus fucking Christ, bro.
That shit was so sus, bro.
Oh shit.
Who is that?
Chris Bosh,
yeah,
he
Chris.
retired.
Golly, Chris.
He was nice too, bro. He was nice.
Yeah, he's a good player. All right, here we go.
Win
Never heard
The
of
only time he was going up, he was like slapping
responsible.
dudes on the asses. That shit was crazy. Like he was like, yeah, like when he joined the Heat, like he became infamous for that shit. Like he would do sus ass shit.
Patrice, there's another video where Patrice is like I'm not calling him gay, but he's a little fruity. I'd fucking die laughing, bro. And he could, if you're not a superstar, you're just a bum. I'll just call you a bum. Like he's like they're talented bums. like the third, fourth, fifth player on the team. Oh shit! All right, here we go.
These guys are not the guys that used to play when you were into it. They just have a different mentality. They're buddies. They smiling. I remember the first year Jordan was in the All-Star game. You know that they fucking band together. They fucking colluded. Isaiah, Magic, they colluded to make sure Jordan looked like an asshole.
Yeah.
They said, fuck him.
Yeah, not anymore, man. These guys all hang out together.
Yeah. They're buddies, man.
They're buddies, even though they're on the different teams.
Karl Malone, Isaiah still hates Karl Malone. Karl Malone blasted
Oh my
Isaiah.
God.
If you look at Isaiah's face,
Look at that fucking hit, bro. Oh my God.
Yo, and then that's why Kenyon Martin like hooked him, and when he was a rookie, Kenyon Martin beat the shit out of Karl Malone.
Oh my God. I didn't know. Really?
Oh yeah, you can look that up. Where Kenyon Martin, they show like he was going up for like a duck, and Kenyon Martin literally punched him on the side of the temple.
Jesus Christ.
And Karl Malone didn't do shit.
Yeah, isn't there some shit with Karl Malone now? Like some weird shit?
Yeah, he was like dating he was like 30 something, and he was dating like a 14-year-old or something.
Jesus.
Isn't that the Dave Chappelle skit guy? I'm Karl Malone.
No.
Mo.
No. How dare you?
No.
I mean, Prince?
No, who did that? No, Dave Chappelle did a skit, and he had what's the guy that
Wayne Brady?
No, it wasn't Dave Chappelle playing him. It was Mooney. Mooney played as Karl Malone.
Nah, I'd never seen that. If that exists, I've never seen it.
No, you should look up the Karl Malone skit. It might have. I forgot who it was.
It might be someone else. I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that though. But yeah, he elbows the fuck out of it, like cold cock this motherfucker. Pause.
Karl Malone blasted.
Oh my God.
Isaiah. He had if you look at Isaiah's face, it's a terrible scar over his eye. Because Karl Malone gave him $150 with his fucking elbow, and it's still fucked up. I think he had to have like plastic surgery to get it fixed. To this day, he doesn't like him. It was word that Isaiah had put a hit out on Karl Malone. It was like all kind of that shit. The Jordan rules, where the Jordan rules were fuck Jordan up. If he comes near the hoop, punch him in his face.
Right. But she's right. And now they're all just buddy.
Now they're just palsy wowsies. Hey, let's get together and have a great team together.
So wait, you pause that, Jordan?
And being
So then, like, what's the middle ground? Because like then you'll hear Gilbert Arenas say like, oh, like these guys weren't talented; they're just beating the shit out of people. So what's the middle ground? Because what's going on now is you could argue is more despicable. Where LeBron is literally watching dudes run like Terry Rozier is literally running down a court, and no, like he's literally going up for an easy layup, bro, like down the middle of the baseline, bro. Like, that shit is crazy.
Yeah.
So what's the middle ground? If the Jordan rules is bad, and you can't say what's going on now is good, and you can't tell me it's talent. It's not talent driven. How these motherfuckers get to the lane and shit, and how every team is averaging 130 points per game.
And they're not calling travels.
Well, that's a separate argument.
I think that applies to it.
It
Like,
applies, but there's also an argument for effort on defense, which is almost non-existent. Like if you're close to a guy, like yeah, you'll try, but it's like I don't know. There's nuance on
Yeah.
Fast breaks seem to be like it seems to be like 9 out of 10. You're gonna score on a fast break if you're fucking going down the hoop.
Yeah. And you got to allow guys to be physical. If in my opinion, of what would like fix this shit, you have to allow guys to be. I don't want to see fucking Karl Malone fucking throwing a Superman fucking punch in the paint. I don't want to see that. But
Charles Oakley, yeah.
Or Charles Oakley, like we don't need fucking hockey goons and enforcers. Like you want enforcers, but not like hockey goons that just that look for star players to get in fistfights with them so that you can get them out of the game. Like that's, I don't know. I think that's trash. But being physical, or hey, if you foul my guy really hard, like maybe I foul you hard next time. But it's not like I'm not gonna fucking just throw a flying fucking elbow at you. Like you're right. There needs to be like a middle ground here in regards to this. And the way it swayed from one thing to another, it shows me that they didn't put effort into trying to find that middle ground. They just said, all right, we need our stars on the court, even though they're not even playing, bro. They're not even playing as much. That's the crazy part about this. They changed these rules to protect players, and these guys aren't playing enough.
It's the softest fucking as far as contact goes, and guys are missing more games than they were back then.
Exactly.
Well, you can make the argument that it's I don't know, man. Like we would have to take a deep dive, but like I wouldn't want to say like it's player. It's not. I wouldn't say like it's all because of player empowerment. There certainly is something to be said about that, but I don't know. It's like maybe the amount of money they make. I don't. There's something there. It's right in our faces, but you have to go beneath the surface to really like tackle that issue of why the fuck these guys miss so many games and no one's touching them. They're shooting. Everybody's shooting 5 threes a game. So how the fuck are you guys getting injured?
It is a full spectrum of things that needs to be investigated. It's from the fundamentals of the core of basketball all the way up to things that are just strictly like financial and economic. I think the entire everything you said right there, all of it needs to be examined, from the rules to the fucking paycheck. Like what is contributing to why basketball is the way it is right now. All of it needs to be investigated. I don't think they'll do it.
And like even morons will be like, yo, like I paid this amount of money to watch this guy play and he's fucking resting. Like I don't know, I don't know what it is, why that mentality is the way it is.
Imagine blue collar dude who, instead of buying like a bunch of like cheap seats, saves up to get one really good seat for him and his kid or something one day. And
Lucas sitting.
Yeah, and Lucas chilling on the bench in street clothes, but he's not injured.
He's not injured. He just had a rest day.
What if I told you this has happened before in a different sport? And we just don't know about it because so long ago. I just heard about this on American Stories on the radio. In the 1890s, football, they didn't have forward passing, and it was just like a tackle game. You could hand it off,
rugby,
or you could hold it and just run. Okay. The way football started in the first place, and people were dying. Like college kids were dying on the football field. So
Yeah,
in
It's completely
1910's, I
different.
guess
Completely different.
Theodore Roosevelt, he was also, I guess, a football fan, and he got them to the colleges to come together and make the NCAA. And that's why it was, because they wanted to change football, and they introduced the forward pass.
Well, all right, but basketball is a contact sport, but the point of the sport isn't contact. That's what football is. Football, the point of the
But
thing
you get what I'm
is
saying.
is
It's
contact.
kind of similar, but in reverse.
Got it.
Well, no, it's not similar because these guys aren't getting touched at all,
Yeah.
and they're and like what you're saying is like guys literally couldn't play. We're saying guys can play and they're choosing not to. There's a difference.
Yeah. This is not
Okay.
This is not CTE scare that the NFL had. This is not that at all.
This is like I don't know. The best word I can come up with is complacency.
I mean, yeah. It had something to do with this idea of like ring chasing instead of the love of the sport. Instead of for the love of the sport, it's about accolades at the end of the season to where you rest up. You don't like. I would accuse Jimmy Butler of this as well, where it's like, dude, why do you look like a fucking superstar in the playoffs, but regular season you're just kind of chilling to the last couple of months. And it's like, I don't know.
Well, it's the same thing with the bubble.
Yeah.
Where the fucking Lakers only won that shit because Anthony Davis was healthy, basically. And he's never healthy at that point of the year.
Yeah, there's a point to be made about shortened seasons, and yes, that one in particular as well. All right. Let's see a little more of this.
Patrice is right. Now they're all just buddies.
Now they're just palsy wowsies. Hey, let's get together and have a great team together. You want to do that? Yeah.
And being a sort of Knicks fan, I'm psyched that Carmelo Anthony's coming here. Because now we're building our super team.
Knicks made out, man.
All right, so now they're gonna go into the next because like, and they were wrong. I think they were wrong. They're wrong about it because they're like, oh my god, they got Carmelo and Amari Stoudemire, and they didn't get rid of nothing. This dude Landry Fields is gonna be a beast. He didn't really turn out to be. He turned to be like a 3-and-D.
They got rid of picks. They got rid of Danilo Gallinari. Like they got rid of a lot of shit.
Well, these guys call him a bum. They call Gallinari a bum and Wilson Chandler a bum.
That's what Landry Fields was.
Yeah. But yeah, this is from back in the day. Someone talking about the new era of like this is when this shit's just started, like kind of just starting out, where LeBron joins the Heat, and then it's like everyone's building super teams now. And it's like this crazy phenomenon. And I mean, if Patrice was alive today, he'd probably be saying something similar about what we're watching to this very day in basketball. There was like a fucking something turned, a coin flipped or something. Something changed. And here we are in this era of basketball now. Is that Baron Davis? I think it's Baron Davis. Right there.
Yeah, he was there.
And Mike Bibby. J.R. Smith.
Tyson Chandler.
Landon Fields.
I don't know who any of these dudes are. I think I've heard Jason Chandler, but I'm not sure.
Tyson Chandler. But anyways,
okay, nope, not heard of him.
Anyways, there's our little flashback to showcase what just the normal average basketball fans were thinking in the time period when the NBA started like changing, kind of drastically changing.